Good morning. You're listening to 89.1 FM WXVU Villanova student-run radio, The Roar. You're listening to Fun in the Locker Room. As always, Truett Carster, Sean Rankle, Liam Holloway, and we have a great amount of stuff to talk about today. A little bit of NFL offseason news. We'll get into the Lamar Jackson trade request, what will happen with Aaron Rodgers, the deals that are made for the Commanders, but we have to talk a lot about the NBA. Of course, 7 games left in the regular season. What will happen as this regular season concludes, and then obviously opening days tomorrow. We're all very excited about that. We just did our MLB fantasy baseball draft. Pretty excited about my team. I think it's going to put Rank's team in the dust, but that's just me. And then obviously it's still March Madness, Final Four. Both men's. We can talk about the women's too. I believe they're in the championship game now.
Final Four still.
Final Four still. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Maddy Siegrist officially announcing she's going to go to the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, all that good stuff. So stick around with us for the next hour or so. Basically don't change the dial because we're going to have a lot of great stuff going on. But I guess, as always, we'll start with some NFL. It's going to be a brief segment today, just a little bit of off-season news. But let's talk about the Lamar Jackson trade request that kind of rocked the NFL media the other day. Let's hear from our in-house Lamar Jackson super fan. What do you got?
So my insider sources have told me, Lamar, he didn't want to be in Baltimore. And he just made it clear on Twitter. Apparently, as for a trade, was it March 2nd? March 2nd.
Like that.
Yes, for
a while
trade.
ago.
And I don't think we're going to disagree on this take. I don't think anybody really blames him. Organization hasn't done anything for him. They won't pay him. They won't put a good team around him. So I'm glad to see that he wants out. I hope he goes to a good team. I'd like to see him on a team. I mean, the thing I don't get is why teams are out on him.
I feel like he's just botched his complete negotiations.
Like the Falcons said they're out on him, but are there really? You can make the argument he's a top 5 quarterback, right? I'd say there's maybe 10 or so teams in the NFL that have a quarterback for the future. Why are those other 22 teams not doing anything? What's going on there?
I think it's because of who Lamar Jackson is. The fact that he sat out, who knows, but he's been constantly hurt at the end of seasons. He does not have an agent. He's been saying these random things on Twitter nonstop, and the fact that he's asking for a fully guaranteed contract, which nobody wants to give in the NFL, because everybody looked at what the Browns did with Deshaun Watson and was like, that's ridiculous, and nobody wants to pay him that much money for a fully guaranteed contract, because it's just not what quarterbacks are going for, not what the NFL is. I think that's the biggest problem here.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You're telling me that these teams would just suffer with terrible quarterbacks and not even it doesn't make any sense. You get this guy on your team, he's going to win you games by himself. Not to mention if you build around him a little bit, he's bound to do great things.
I think people are worried about the price, and 2, how much dedicated he is to a team.
I mean, you look at that, but then you look at a guy like Tua, who he's got a good amount of talent, but he's been hurt too.
Yeah, but he's not asking this much money though.
Anybody could go down in an instant. I think
it's the money. I really think it's the money.
Before I give my 2 cents on it, no pun intended. Who are these insider sources that you're referencing?
Lamar himself.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool. I didn't know you guys still talk. That's awesome. I know you guys go way back. I guess to address your first point, totally agree. It's time to get out of there. It's time to leave. It's really sad, as a fan of the sport that, I don't know why you can't really put pieces around him, especially on offense. I think we've talked in the past that they've tried to do stuff on defense, but, on offense, you just kind of have this running back carousel that, kind of always gets injured. It's not their fault, but it's still, you're not bringing in big names. You have Marquise Brown has been his best wide receiver, and they just got rid of him, and he was dog crap, excuse me.
He was dog water.
Dog water, thank you.
Gotcha.
Mark Andrews has been the only good piece on offense around him.
He's double-teamed every time.
Double-teamed every time. And I would love to see him go to the Colts, play with Jonathan Taylor, play with Pittman, have a great defense.
They've always had a terrible line too, the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of baffles me. I get the guaranteed money's an issue. I saw this thing on Twitter, and it's probably, I'd say there's a 99% chance it's true. I mean, it's not true. That that all the NFL owners are getting together to basically collectively agree to blue ball Lamar Jackson and not get him a contract so that it lowers the price, the annual salary for quarterbacks.
I believe the term is blackball. But
Blackball.
Yeah.
I apologize. Blackball.
I don't think
Wrong color.
I don't think they're concerned about the price. I think they are, though, banding together not to give him a guaranteed contract.
Yeah.
Because I think after Deshaun Watson got it, if you give a second guy it, that sets a precedent going forward that you have to give guaranteed contracts. So I don't think it's I think it's the guaranteed part that's really the owners are banding together saying we're not going to give him a guaranteed contract. I think that's true. I don't think the fact that it's the average annual value they're really annoyed about. I think it's the guarantee.
Well, and I totally understand that because, knock on wood, you have a quarterback whose playing style just inherently is going to be more injury prone than others. I get it.
It makes me sick that a dude that didn't play football for 3 years, had 25 sexual assault allegations, is getting paid, and Lamar Jackson, who's been balling his entire career, he won a unanimous MVP, isn't. I mean,
it's the Browns though. They're a dysfunctional organization. It's terrible.
Well, Baltimore's they're not too far behind them. I'm looking at all the NFL teams right now. I want to say there's eight or so teams, depending on where Rodgers goes, that don't need to worry about a quarterback. Every other team should be chomping at the bit to get this guy.
Are you including the Giants, the team that shouldn't worry about a quarterback, or?
Yeah.
Cool.
The Giants aren't worried about.
Need that
They're
clarification.
not.
Cool.
They're not worried about a quarterback right now. I mean,
I do like
it's
talent-wise. As much as I don't like Lamar Jackson, he's a talent and a talented player that almost every single team, if you look at just in a vacuum of talent, should have him. But when you get into the contract of having to give away 2 first-round picks, having to give away all this money, and all those situations of like lowering your team value, that's where I think the problem is with these teams. I don't think it's the actual physical talent.
You're gonna have to pay, if you want to win, you're gonna have to pay people eventually.
But not the quarterback. Teams win without paying quarterbacks. That's how teams win Super Bowls. It's having quarterbacks on rookie deals, and I think
that is true.
That's what teams are afraid of.
I'm looking at the NFC, the entire NFC. Outside of the East, which has the Eagles, the Giants, I don't think Dak is all that. So I think if the Cowboys got Lamar, that would be a huge upgrade. But there's no other teams in the NFC that like have a safe quarterback.
But I don't think they're competing for a Super Bowl. I think they're competing to get a new guy in here who can like turn the team around.
I mean, what are you going to trade Baltimore now? Because they have no leverage.
Well,
maybe a first round.
Well,
pick.
they have the transition tag on him, so it's 2 first round picks as a minimum right now. If he can sign wherever he wants right now, but it'd be 2 first round picks. And I don't think Baltimore will take less than 2 first round picks from him.
Well, I guess you can't, right?
Well, you could, I guess, drop the tag. I don't know how the whole it works, but if I was Baltimore, I wouldn't take less than 2 first round picks for this guy.
I just think it's ridiculous. The dude's proven himself. He's carried that sorry team his entire career to the playoffs every single season.
Yeah, but realistically,
team around him,
realistically, how many teams could he go on that makes him a legitimate contender to win a Super Bowl? Because unless you're going from an average team to a legitimate contender for a Super Bowl, I don't see why you're trading 2 first-round picks for a quarterback. And those teams are probably like the Commanders. I don't think the Falcons are it. Like
honestly, and this is kind of I'm not trying to segue it, but I think it'll open up the conversation.
It just
Do the Jets just switch plans and try and go for Lamar now?
I would. Imagine that offense. Oh my God.
You were kind of building your team around inserting Aaron Rodgers and then becoming a playoff contender. I know they didn't want to have a plan B. Do you just go for this plan B?
If the Jets get Lamar Jackson, they would be the best offense in the NFL.
If you're the Jets, who would you rather though?
Lamar, because you don't get you get Lamar Jackson, you don't get Aaron Rodgers. That's two pluses right there.
You got a younger QB. You got more versatile QB. We haven't seen what Lamar Jackson can do with actual wide receivers. I don't know. Who would you if you were the Jets GM?
I feel like I'd rather Rodgers because I feel like Rodgers is a proven commodity who's proven to win it, and the Jets are a team that's built to win now, and Lamar Jackson might have a better future going forward, but we haven't seen him do it, and you can pay and give up less draft capital for Rodgers
Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers is such a winner in his entire career. He won so much.
He went to 3 straight NFC Championship games. Like, come on now.
That one Super Bowl more than
Lamar Jackson's an MVP.
And once again, Lamar Jackson hasn't done anything in the playoffs. I'm just saying,
He
like,
hasn't had a team
Rodgers
around
has
him,
been a
though.
proven winner. Like, you can criticize Rodgers for not winning a Super
He won
Bowl.
a decade ago. Now he's crazy.
He's also had teams around him.
Yeah.
They've built, you know.
He has.
Insane defenses.
I just think he's a proven commodity. You're getting him for less. You're paying him less.
I think Lamar is proven.
I think it's a win-win. Just to be completely transparent.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You know, he's
money.
proven himself. Why can't someone just pay him?
Nobody has the money. At this point in the offseason, everybody's gone through offseason plans of like signing their guys and all that stuff, and they don't have any money to spend on him.
Yeah. It's just disappointing because a guy like that who's, you know, proven himself, he's not going to get paid, and he should. He should get paid.
We'll have to see how this saga ends up. Because I would be, I don't know if I would. Do you think this offseason finishes without any resolution?
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm assuming Lamar just
that
wouldn't
happen.
play. You know, wouldn't play next
If
year.
I were Lamar, I wouldn't play.
Yeah, I'm assuming he would sit
Well,
out. So does this offseason finish without, you know?
Yeah, and the Ravens win 2 games next year.
I'm hammering the under. We don't endorse gambling, but I'm hammering the under on their win total if this contract doesn't get figured out. I think they just released it. It's like 8.5 or something.
No. Not a shot.
Hammering the under.
They don't deserve to win 8.5 if he does play. That roster's garbage. But no.
A little bit of other NFL news before we switch sports, and I don't really know if this warrants any conversation, but just an interesting headline: the Guardians are under sale, or are
the Commanders.
Oh, sorry, I'm switched.
Wrong sport.
Wrong sport.
Wrong team names.
Same,
I have it.
Same idea, though.
Same
We
idea.
know-
Yeah. You understand where I'm coming from. Thank you, Rick. The Commanders are for sale, and I believe there's now 2 $6 billion offers on the table, one of which is the group that Magic Johnson's in. I forget who else is in that group. I don't know who the other group is. Thought it was pretty funny that Mike, what's his last name? McDaniel? The Dolphins head coach was saying how when he worked there, he couldn't get free coffee. He's a funny guy.
Is Magic Johnson the part of the Canadian group?
I think he's part of the Sixers ownership, which
Yeah,
might be the
so
Canadian group.
Is the Canadian group the other one?
I
or
think
is that
Canadian
the
group's
same?
the other one.
Okay.
I think there's one group with like the Sixers owner and Magic Johnson, and one with like some Canadian billionaire.
This is great, though. It's good that, what is it, the Gilberts? They're done. They're out of the NFL.
No, that's Gilberts are the Cavs.
That's Cavs, yeah.
This is
All over the
Snyder,
place.
Dan
The
Snyder.
Snyders,
Dan
yeah.
Snyder's. Yeah, it's been an absolute terrible situation in Washington for a while. They're like that's a big NFL market, and to have a team,
Sad.
have an owner now come in here, hopefully to take over this team and turn around. The NFC East just gets better and better.
You really don't have to do much to make it somewhat competent organization. You just don't mess up like the Snyders
He has
did.
so many sexual assault like it's ridiculous.
So it's a different. There's the Canadian billionaire, Steve.
Is it Stopopoulos?
Apostolopoulos.
So he's Canadian, but probably Greek as well.
Canadian billionaire.
Gotta be Greek,
And then there's a
that
group
name.
led by billionaire Josh Harris, who is also Canadian. Wow.
Oh, never mind.
And Magic Johnson's part of that group,
Okay.
too. So
Josh Harris has been trying to buy a lot of teams. He tried to buy the Mets before.
Really?
That Steve Cohen bid. Or he wasn't like he was against Steve Cohen on that one.
How much did Steve Cohen buy the Mets for? Is it
2?
2 or 3?
I thought it was 2 or 3. Yeah.
either way, for all of our Canadian listeners out there, you'll be pleased to announce that regardless, it's going to be a Canadian owner. So that's pretty cool.
Hopefully.
Do you think it goes above $6 billion?
That's a crazy
Well, if
estimate.
two guys are bidding $6 billion, you'd arguably say
Yeah.
that somebody's gonna have to offer more.
That's just, it's crazy to think about, like, the Commanders
Well, last
being
year
worth $6 billion.
the Broncos sold for $4 billion, and now the Commanders are selling for $6 billion.
I guess that makes sense then.
And there's also land in the deal, like
DC.
like the Commanders own land in like Virginia that for like a new stadium build, and like that's also in the deal. I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
That's interesting.
Real estate.
Good for Commanders fans, though. That's
Yeah.
good for them.
I guess we'll have to update, when that happens. Moving on to the NBA, we have, or do we want to do MLB first? Up to you guys.
Let's go NBA first.
Yeah.
NBA.
Wait, True. Do you have your trivia question?
Oh, for the NBA?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this is This is
You're so excited.
Truett tried
Yeah,
to deprive the listeners of this fun trivia question, and me and Liam would not let him.
you guys will see why I was hesitant. So there's been two trios, teammates in NBA history that are
Trios or duos?
trios. Excuse
Okay.
me, I'm all over the place right now. All age 23 or younger to score 30 points or more in the same game. Can you name the two trios? And I'll give you a hint because it's going to be impossible. They both played for the Thunder.
Did any of them happen this season?
All right, so one's got to be Russ, James Harden, and Kevin Durant.
Correct.
Did it happen this season?
Yes. But I guarantee you cannot guess the three it was.
Giddy was one of them.
Giddy was one of them with 31
Williams, got to be one of the Williams.
This was last night.
Got to be Jalen Williams.
It was Jalen Williams
And it
with 31
wasn't
points.
Shea. So I'm
No.
going to go. Was it? It might have been. Was it Isaiah?
It was
Joe?
Isaiah Joe with 33 points. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. Second trio ever in NBA history.
Did they win?
No, they lost the Hornets last night. It was actually
Hey,
devastating,
the
dude.
Hornets are tough.
PJ Washington had his career high.
I saw 43.
Yeah,
Right?
it was a huge loss for us, and that's a great segue into why it's a huge loss for us, because there are 7 games left in the season for most teams. We've been tracking the West play-in tournament for a while now, and it's kind of expanding a little bit above the play-in tournament because the Clippers, 11.5 games behind first.
And the Suns.
Yeah, let's just go to the Suns. The Suns in fourth place are 11 games behind first, and the Mavericks at 11 are 14.5 games.
4 to 11 is separated by
That is crazy.
3.5 games.
That's nuts.
And Liam, you've been very pessimistic recently about the Mavs. You guys are tied with us, like,
Well, you want
and,
to know?
and a half game behind the Lakers.
You want to
not
know why
in the playing
we're
game.
tied with you guys? Because the damn Hornets keep beating everyone, bro.
Yeah.
They swept us. They beat us back-to-back games. Kyrie just
go
laid
Hornets,
goose
bro.
eggs. But
They've won 3 in a row.
The Hornets are just playing spoilers at this point. I really don't want to play them again. But we play the Sixers tonight, so that's gonna be interesting.
You guys are a game behind 8.
I said it last
you're
time
ele-
on the show.
Yeah.
I'm really worried. I don't know if the Mavs are gonna make the play-in.
Yeah, the T-Wolves have actually won 4 in a row, believe it or not, which is crazy. They are now the 7th seed, a half game behind the Warriors. It'd be weird if the Warriors fell into the play-in tournament. That would be a weird sighting for sure. Huge game tonight. T-Wolves Suns. That's going to have a lot of implications because if the Suns lose that, they fall to 40 and 36, so they'd be, I guess, a half game above the Warriors, and the T-Wolves would be 40 and 37.
So they'd be a half
And
game above
jump-
the Wolves too.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very competitive final to see who gets in here, who's
It is
not in a
crazy.
playing game. I feel like I want to say that the Suns, Clippers, and Warriors are going to be able to find a way to avoid the playing game, but who knows? The Lakers are barely holding on there. It's really going to, I don't even know. The T-Wolves could fall all the way out. They're only 2 games above a safety spot. Anything could happen here.
I'm looking at the last 10 right now, and you look at these play-in teams. The only team that has a bad record in their last 10 is the Mavericks. They won a 4-game skid. They lost 7 of 8 at one point. They're just playing some terrible basketball, which is why I'm worried. And Jason Kidd is, once again, he just refuses to play Christian Wood. I just don't understand it.
I'm going to go back to my handy-dandy tankathon.com remaining schedule strength.
Yeah, let's just pull that up right now.
Yeah. So we have
It's not good for the Mavs.
the Mavericks are playing the Sixers,
Hawks and
Kings, Heat, and Hawks. Those are their toughest opponents.
They're going to lose all those games.
To be honest, though, it looks like the Pelicans are going to... If
Pelicans have the
hardest schedule.
Correct. Yeah.
They got 6 games left.
A lot of
Nuggets,
hard games.
Grizzlies, Kings, Knicks, Clippers, T-Wolves.
Brandon
Hopefully
Ingram's
they lose
also
out.
been on fire recently, so that they have a chance to win all. I think they have a chance in all those games.
Anybody's got a chance in any of these games going forward.
The Hornets smoked us twice in a row. PJ Washington had a 43-point outburst
The
yesterday.
Lakers also have a very easy schedule down the stretch, which games against the Rockets, Bulls, and Jazz. So Lakers can find themselves in there. So it's going to be tight.
Not if Pat Bev has anything to say. about
Exactly,
it.
that's true.
Very true.
I really hope that Pat Bev can deliver.
Shout
on his
out Pat
promise.
Bev for hitting the dagger, then calling LeBron a little boy.
That
Is crazy. That is wild. The Jazz, who I don't know if they have a chance in this still. They played the Lakers twice. I was trying to see if anyone plays each other a good amount of times.
I would love that.
Outside of that, I don't think anyone in that little contest really plays each other too much. I mean, the Warriors and Suns play the Thunder, and the Jazz play the Thunder. It's going to be a really great finish. Oh, the T-Wolves play the Lakers. Yes, it's going to be a great finish this season.
I think T-Wolves Lakers going to be a big game.
Yes, T-Wolves Lakers tonight, T-Wolves Suns, we mentioned. There's just a lot of really impactful games going on. I'm on the edge of my seats. I think everyone at home, you need to buckle your seatbelts because it's going to be a wild ride.
When is KD? Is he back
He's
tonight?
back tonight.
Back tonight.
That's big.
KD's
That's
back
huge.
KD, go out and destroy the Timberwolves.
Did
Make
you
me
just
proud.
wish KD luck in the Suns uniform to do something
I don't
good?
think he needs luck against the Timberwolves.
Did you hear that, Ray?
I
did.
Okay. I think he'll be okay against the Timberwolves without my blessing.
Is
but
Cat still out?
I really need him to.
I don't know
what's
what's been. Or Cat's back.
Cat is back.
Cat is back.
Yeah, so last games this season are not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So next Wednesday, when we're back in the air, there'll be only a couple games left of the season. So hopefully something's been figured out in this race and we can give you some legit science-backed predictions.
Science-backed predictions.
Let's switch conferences to the East. Right now, it looks like the Bucks are going to run away with that 1 seed.
They only have a 2-game lead right now. Two and a half.
Yeah.
The Celtics have been playing well recently. 7 of the last 10. It's going to be a dogfight to try to get to that last spot. I don't know if they can do it, but if they can get the first seed, that'd be huge. They do play the Bucks. The Celtics have a tough stretch coming down the stretch. Bucks, Sixers, Hawks, Raptors. The Bucks and Sixers games are going to be tough.
Both teams are top 5 in strength of schedule remaining.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a test for both of them.
It's just all combinations that have happened. The Bucks and Sixers still have to play. The Celtics, Sixers have to play, and the Bucks and the Celtics have to play. So it could shake down to those couple of games down the stretch. I really hope we get the 1 seed because I'd like to avoid playing the Bucks and the Sixers in the second round if I don't have to.
I think you're going to have to.
We might have to.
Yeah.
And they've done it before, and we can do it again, but I would prefer not to. So let's see if we can close the stretch down the rest of the way.
Did we talk about, I don't know if this was last show or afterwards, how Embiid is now the Vegas favorite for MVP?
No, we did not.
I thought we did.
I don't remember talking about it now.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, officially. So I guess maybe it was in the last week, maybe earlier. Officially, number 1, both on the NBA's website and Vegas odds. I mean, he's been balling. They've both been balling. We've talked about this before. It's ridiculous how good the 3 candidates are.
I think Jokic is now back.
Really?
Jokic went back up.
Jokic went back up. Barely. It's like plus 110, plus 125.
I saw.
Caesar Sportsbook had them both at minus 115.
We don't
actually.
endorse gambling, but sprinkle some money on that.
I saw.
On either one, honestly.
If Embiid won it this year, he would be the MVP with the most missed games, which I thought was pretty interesting.
They said there was something that came out that said they might start having minimum game requirements.
Which I think
should.
Totally think that's fair.
Should be, to kind of limit the whole what's it called when you just sit out games like Kawhi Leonard?
Rest.
No, like what's the name for it though? Load management.
Yeah.
To kind of eliminate that with our stars, I think that would be interesting. I didn't know that Embiid has missed that many games this season.
I didn't realize that either. Was it like a
it's crazy.
stretch, or is it just like kind of every now and then?
No idea. But the fact that the Sixers still, battling as a 3 seed and their MVP's been out a ton, I think they're going to be good in the playoffs.
They're going to be good.
We talked about this tirelessly. I just can't wait for that Celtics-Sixers matchup. I really hope that's what we get. I think
he's only
that's
played 61 games so far this year. So, argument's sake, 7 more games. He'll play 68 out of 82. That's not terrible.
14 missed games.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
It would be the most ever though for an MVP.
That's kind of wild.
It is kind of wild. That
It's really not that much.
no, 14 games is nothing in my mind.
No.
I mean, that's still what, like 20% of the season?
Probably like 15, 20%, yeah.
That's a good chunk.
That's a good chunk.
Yeah.
It would just be, I think, devastating if Embiid got 3 straight second-place finishes for MVP. it just wouldn't even be funny anymore. It'd just be really sad.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see if he gets it.
Yeah.
Got a
Either
couple
guy-
more games to shake out, see what's going to happen.
Either guy deserves it.
Wonder if Jokic will get rested down the stretch a little bit. Maybe that changes stuff
Yeah.
because they've got the 1 seed locked up. I don't think it's
Do they have- is it
not
locked
locked up, but
like
they got 3-game lead over right now and a couple of games to lock it up.
and they're 5-5 in the last 10. Wow.
Grizzlies have been hot.
Grizzlies on a 7-game win streak.
9 out of the last 10.
So they started that without Ja.
They got the shooter back.
Good for the Grizzlies. I hope that they meet their demise early in the playoffs.
One thing that I think is really interesting is Mikal Bridges has still been balling, as we've talked about, but the Nets have really fallen off. They're 3-7 in the last 10, fallen into the play-in tournament.
They're half game out, but they probably
they're
will.
gonna fall in. Yeah.
They're going to fall in, and then anything can happen in the play-in tournament. They could just miss the playoffs altogether at that point.
I feel like this team. I think we've talked about it. Is me and Lee were talking about yesterday. They got so many really good role players.
Yeah.
You need like an off season. I feel like to figure out how to fit these pieces together on a basketball court because it's great. It's great in like 2K and it's great in
It's awesome in 2K.
on paper, but like to fit all these pieces together on the court when a lot of these guys do very similar things. It's a hard task to do this midway through the season with all the stuff that's going on with the team.
Shout out to their coach, though.
Yeah.
I mean, for all he's been doing, the fact that this team is even like going to sniff the playoffs with what's happened to them this season, they shut out. Ben Simmons is done for the season as well.
And his first half year coaching.
Yeah.
Steve Nash started the season.
Yeah, exactly.
As much as you want to forget
Shout out
it.
to Jacques Vaughn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Shout out for, you get back all these pieces in all these various trades, and I don't know if you necessarily, just because of the leverage that the superstars had, I don't know if you can really, they had the ability to foresee, like, let's get pieces back that craft around an identity. I think obviously they kind of did with the defense, but I mean, to do this well since the trade deadline is kind of huge shout out. And I agree with you, Rank. They need to kind of figure out what's going on. I completely, honestly forgot this team still has Ben Simmons. So you have Ben Simmons, you have Cam Thomas, you have all these wings. You need some sort of identity, and I think a bit of a reshuffling here, maybe some signings, maybe some more trades.
They have picks now.
Yeah.
So they could go out this summer, trade a few picks, get a star.
They have picks plus very coveted role players. Like they have a lot of 3-and-D guys that, like Cam Johnson, Doe have a lot of value in our tree. I think they want to keep Bridges I think Bridges is one of the pieces they're building forward with, but those other two guys, very valuable.
You put a star around Dinwiddie, Bridges, and Claxton. Mm-hmm. That's a playoff team right away.
Seth Curry, Joe Harris off the bench.
Joe Harris, Cam Thomas.
They've got guys up and down their roster.
Yeah.
And
Yuta?
maybe they can get rid of Ben
Yuta?
Simmons. I don't know. I don't know what his trade value is. Probably like nothing with his contract, but
And he said he's rehabbing his back, so he's done for the season.
Yeah. Would you rather, if you're a Nets fan, like, okay, so we slip into the play-in, we lose the play-in, we're now in the lottery. Is it the worst thing in the world?
they don't get their pick though.
They don't have it this year?
No, it's probably the Rockets pick. They probably traded away for James Harden.
So they don't have their pick.
I don't know when they
Do
have
they
their
have any picks this year?
They definitely do. They probably the Mavs pick.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
I saw if the Mavs.
Let's see. Nets future draft picks. They have Phoenix, Houston, or Philadelphia. Probably Philly's there. Actually, they have their own this year. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
They don't have the Mavs.
Speaking of the Mavs, yeah.
Until 2027.
If the Mavs fall into the play-in, they keep their. It's top 10 protected, so they keep their pick if they don't make the play-in. But otherwise, the Knicks get it, I think.
The Knicks.
Interesting.
What? The Porzingis trade?
I don't know.
This is still a Porzingis trade.
Yeah.
I saw the Wizards are considering giving Porzingis a 4-year max contract.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, shout out to him because he's averaging career highs in like everything this year.
The Wizards are just bleh.
I don't know what they're trying to do. Like Bradley Beal, you paid him. He's not going to win you games.
They've got the core three, the big three of Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma, and Porzingis.
Oh,
Did you see what Dinwiddie said about his time in Washington?
No.
He said he was like severely misled. He said that. Oh, I forgot who he compared to. He said that Denny Avdia was supposed to be like the second coming of.
Oh yeah.
Who was he comparing him to?
It was like
Ginobili?
the Israeli like Kobe or something like that, or it was. I saw that though. Yeah, that was absurd. Shout out to Dinwiddie.
Oh, this is crazy. He said Denny Avdia was supposed to be the second coming of Luka. What? Bro, that's on you for believing that, to be honest.
Dinwiddie fell for that?
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude.
I mean, Denny Avdia's turned himself into a decent role player, but come on. Second coming of Luka?
Yeah, I mean, he said, this is a direct quote, he said, we had Rui coming back from what he was struggling with. Danny was supposed to be the second coming of Luka. You got Brad, who's obviously the max guy, and then you got Lakers guys coming over who want to establish themselves independently of LeBron, people playing for deals, and it was a situation where I was just saying, what are we doing? Sounds pretty hectic, I guess, but...
Shout out to the Wizards.
I mean, they're just such an irrelevant franchise. No offense to Wizards fans, but...
Oh, I want to give a shout out to the Pistons. Right now, they're looking like they're gonna finish dead last in the NBA. So they're gonna have the highest chance for Wemby. Shout out to Detroit. You guys need this.
Wemby, Cade, Ivy.
Yeah,
Quite a trio.
Dangerous.
I guess yesterday was the McDonald's All-American game.
Yeah.
Bronny put on a show there.
Bronny, dude. Bronny's
DJ
been
Wagner
playing well.
did too. I'm not sure. Where's Wagner going? He's going to
Is it
Duke, I
Kentucky
think.
or Duke?
Duke or something like that.
Bronny has not announced where he's going, which is
Bronny is not announced.
Weird
Yeah.
for so late. Like
He's
it's
gotta
Top
go-
over.
35.
Gotta be Ohio State, right? Gotta be.
I was gonna guess like an SC.
I think
stay
Ohio
local.
State or Oregon or USC are currently his top three.
Yeah.
Maybe even Duke, but I don't know about Duke.
He's got to go Ohio State.
I think Oregon's a big favorite to land him.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see him staying local. I could see an SC.
SC's also definitely a
Yeah.
possibility there. It is intriguing though. Will he even go to G League?
No.
Make some money. Well, I guess now you
think
can make money.
I think LeBron would. Yeah, he's making enough money already, right?
Yeah.
I think LeBron would make him go to school for a year.
Yeah, since he didn't get to. That's
Yeah.
fair.
It would be interesting to see college basketball with Bronny next year. Like, can he live up to the hype? Can he do what he's?
Yeah. Well,
I think some mock draft had him like top 10 overall.
Bronny's
next
been
year.
Yeah.
really good this year, which is, I think it's kind of extinguished any idea that LeBron and Bronny are going to play together. Because if a bad team takes Bronny, I mean, if LeBron's still, I'm assuming he's still going to be trying to win a championship next year. He's not just going to like give that up to go to like some garbage team.
I think he could. I think he could do that.
LeBron could do whatever he wants.
LeBron could do it. Yes, he could do whatever he wants.
At this age, like I understand what's another championship, but
gonna
I
be
think his
40.
true goal. He's been saying it for a while, and everybody's
Okay, what if
his
like
real goal is to play with him.
let's say the Magic are a little better than they are next year, and so they fall like they get like the 8th, 9th pick, and they take Bronny. LeBron is not going to the Magic.
That's
No,
the
I
one-
think
He said he's not going
That's
to
the
the
one
Magic.
place he said he's never going to go.
Well,
Okay,
there's
Pistons.
two
Let's say
options
the
here.
Pistons get Wemby. They're a little better next year, so they have the 8th pick. They take, like, you think Braun is
But
going
there's
to the
two
Pistons?
options here. One, he could go to that team, or two, like plenty of former
trade,
players
yeah.
have done before. He can, as Bronny's dad, like say Bronny's not signing for you, Bronny's not playing for you. Like you can draft him, but he's not coming. Pulling Eli Manning.
Douche move that would be.
I mean,
Jeez.
people do it.
People do it. It's
Yeah.
not uncommon.
Or you could just force it over team he's on to be like, you need to.
Yeah,
you
you're
need to- you need to
trading
trade
for
up.
him.
You're trading up for him. AD, goodbye. You know what?
The Lakers,
I want Bronny.
the Lakers are so bad they might actually have that 8th pick.
Yeah. No,
if they
that's
have
true.
if they have their own pick, they might have that pick.
Next year, dude.
LeBron's gonna stay out all next year just so the Lakers are bad enough to get Bronny.
That's crazy.
All right,
That's going to be sick, though.
Let's before we get into actually, do you have any trivia or no?
I have college basketball trivia if you'd like.
Okay, before we get into college basketball and MLB, we got to take a quick break, some sponsors. But stay with us. 89.1 FM WXVU, Villanova Student Run Radio, The Roar. You're listening to Fun in the Locker Room. Stay with us. MLB, opening day, and some college basketball. We'll be right back.
Villanova is holding its first annual Financial Wellness Week, Tuesday, March 28th and Wednesday, March 29th in the West Lounge of Doherty Hall. There will be different speakers each day covering topics from retirement, Social Security, and financial tips for your 20s and 30s. This will be a lunch and learn, so feel free to bring your lunch. For more information, contact Patrick Valentine at patrick.valentine@villanova.edu.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And, with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have anybody to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
Now, here's your 3-day weather forecast for the main line.
A mix of sun and clouds for your Wednesday, a high of 56. Partly cloudy tonight, we'll get down to 30 degrees for a low. Sunny skies Thursday, cooler, a high of just 47. And a mix of sun and clouds Friday with clouds building in the afternoon, high of 62.
Did you miss your favorite WXVU show? Have no fear, because every single WXVU show is available on demand. You heard that right, every single show. Search WXVU on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts, and you'll find archives of all of our weekly shows. It's another reason why this truly is the greatest semester in the history of Villanova's V89.1, The Roar.
Welcome back, everybody, to 89.1 FM, WXVU, Villanova student-run radio, The Roar. You're listening to Fun in the Locker Room. We just finished up our NFL news, NBA segment, and now we're getting into opening day. And it should be a great season. We saw a lot of off-season moves. We saw DeGrom, we saw Verlander, we saw Correa, we saw Trey Turner, Bogarts. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of guys out there, but a lot. What was it? Was it the summer of shortstops? Does this usually happen in baseball? Or it just seemed like there's a lot of shortstops that were moving
Lots
around.
of shortstops this year.
Aaron Judge saga. Nobody knew
Whole Correa thing.
where Correa was going. And yeah, so we have a great season tipping off tomorrow. We just did our fantasy drafts yesterday. That was all very exciting. I'm gonna let you guys lead this segment and just let's get into some predictions, and let's have some non-Met predictions. How about that?
Thanks. I'm really excited for this baseball season. There's a lot of not just player movement, but these new rules in place. Like, I'm intrigued to see what teams do with the shift. The Red Sox experimented in spring training with having putting all three outfielders on one side of the field. Like, that's crazy. I'm curious to see the pitch clock. Will these games be faster? Will this continue? Will we see different things? Like Scherzer has talked about the ways he's going to manipulate the pitch clock, and these really good pitchers are going to find ways to do this. And it adds a whole new. I feel like one of the best things about baseball is the strategy and the dynamics and the manipulation you can do on a baseball field, by not just a manager, but now by the pitcher. And I'm intrigued to see how this plays a role going forward. And it just adds another thing that teams can be better or worse at which is really cool.
I think these new rules are going to make baseball a lot more exciting. Just with the bases getting a little bigger, not only is that going to help prevent injuries, we're going to see a lot more stolen bases, I think.
Vogelback's talking about stealing second.
Yeah,
you see that?
MLB released that great commercial that Vogelback hasn't had a stolen base attempt in his entire career.
Buck better give him the green light now.
This might be the year he does it. But yeah, without the shift, I think we're going to see a lot more singles. We're just going to see a lot of players just trying to hit the ball instead of hitting home runs, which I think is going to be great. I think averages are going to go up this season. Baseball is going to be more of a fun game as opposed to just strikeouts and home runs.
Yeah, and the games will be shorter, which is also.
I think they said in spring training it shaved off 26 minutes on average.
At least they've been like 2 hours. They've been under 2 hours and 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
Under 2 hours and 30 minutes for a baseball game. My God,
it's great.
Someone was saying, I think I saw on Instagram today, some AL coach was saying, whoever came up with the pitch clock, put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
something like that. You think it's supposed to be that impactful?
It's better for baseball. It targets younger guys, younger people. Kids are going to be able to watch games instead of having to sit there for 3.5 hours.
It eliminates the amount of downtime in the game. It's really nice.
And we've seen, I don't know if you guys have seen like the overlay that they do now, of like one pitch being thrown in like the World Series from 3 years ago versus entire at bats taking place. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm excited to be able to watch some baseball again. I haven't really watched much spring training because it's spring training baseball, but being back on the Mets grind will be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think there are gonna be some surprising teams this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams that have been bad historically are going to start turning the corner. Like the Orioles started turning the corner last year. Can they continue their turnaround? Like we'll see what these teams can do up and down the lineup.
The Mariners are going to be a team to watch. The Rangers, they were really good at the beginning of 2010s, or powerhouse at the beginning of that decade, but they've really fallen off. I think they're going to turn it around this year a little bit.
And the teams that were like predicting just be around average, like can the Twins make a little run? Can the Angels finally put it all together? They've got some pitching help, got some help in the lineup, and hopefully with two best players in baseball, maybe Trout can finally stay healthy for a while. I know he had the bad back injuries, but it could be Ohtani's last year in Los Angeles, and who knows if he stays there all year or what, but I'm intrigued to see what they can do.
Speaking of Ohtani, and it's kind of a little bit of predictions for awards. I'm going to read you guys the Vegas odds for favorites for certain awards. Just let me know what you think about them. So in the AL, the Cy Young is DeGrom at plus 500, and Verlander and Corbin Burns in plus 500.
In the NL?
In the NL at plus 500. And then I'll get into Shohei for MVP in a minute.
Who else is behind DeGrom and AL?
They just have DeGrom is the favorite, and then Verlander and Burns are tied for favorite in the NL.
I would not bet DeGrom to win the Cy Young. He can't stay healthy.
I'm a hater, so yeah. I'd
who would you say is deserving of it in the AL?
Maybe your boy Jarrett Cole.
Garrett?
Yes, Garrett.
Mispronunciation. That's rare for you.
Yeah, for those out there that don't know.
No. Garrett Cole is definitely an option.
Dylan
Cease has been playing well. Shohei's always going to be in the conversation. McClanahan.
Maybe Robbie Ray. I don't know. John
Valdez pitched well in the postseason. Could he turn it around? Have a nice season.
Maybe Kevin Gausman. No, there's a lot of guys I think that could.
So for MVP, they have Shohei at plus 200 and Soto plus 450. Do we see Shohei getting another MVP?
Well, we don't endorse gambling, but if Shohei is plus, put money on it.
The one thing, though, I have about Shohei, which is going to be intriguing come deadline day, because I don't think he's back in the Angels uniform next year. As much as as biased as I am about him coming to the Mets, but I just think in general he will not be in an Angels uniform next year. And if you're the Angels and you reach this time of the year and you're like barely in like hunt for a wild card, do you trade Shohei? Like, do you get some value out of him? Because otherwise you let him walk and you've lost all this value. And will he not win MVP because he's in a different league?
It's stuff like this that makes me so angry, because baseball is a sport unlike any other that you can pay guys however much you want. Mm-hmm. The Angels have Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, two of the best the two best players of our generation. Spend some money. Put a team around them. I don't know why they're not doing everything in their power to make him stay. I will say this, though. I think if the Angels make the playoffs, if the Angels get a playoff spot, I think Shohei will stay.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, really?
I think he will stay. I think the odds of the Angels making a playoffs are very slim, though.
But the Angels are top 7 in payroll. They're spending money. They're not spending it well.
It's Trout
and Rendon.
Trout and Rendon.
They're not spending it well.
They've had zero pitching staff for seems like forever. I just don't get it.
On the NL side, I saw this on Twitter, and you guys aren't going to like this. Sleeper pick would be Trey Turner for MVP because of the injuries to Hoskins and Harper, and Turner absorbing a little bit of that responsibility.
He need to step up in a big way for the Phillies to have a big season this year. So potentially, yeah, but
that's zero protection. That line.
Yeah, there's no protection.
Hoskins and Harper out. Just gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Mets lineup the other day. Outside of
it's not great.
Outside of Pete, we have zero power. But I'm gonna give
So we need Batty up.
I'm gonna give my NL MVP,
Go for it.
Mr. Smiles, Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets. I think this season, if he stays fully healthy, his lefty swing has been looking unbelievable. They've moved in the right field wall a couple feet. I think he could have a 30-30 season this year.
And he's if you don't address gambling, but he's plus 3,000 if you like Liam and you want to follow Liam's picks.
It's free money.
Yeah, I feel like Juan Soto, he definitely had a down year last year in general, but a lot of stuff off the field going on with him. So I think he bounced back in a big way, and I would still consider him the favorite to win the award. Acuna's back. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. Padres line was crazy. The fact that Machado, Tatis, and Soto are all top 10 in odds to win the MVP.
Yeah, you want to talk about protection in the line?
Yeah. That's where Soto's got going forward.
Yeah. And, all the analysts have been taking the Padres.
I know, but you know what they say?
Pick.
When everybody picks the same team through it.
It never happens.
See all those old takes exposed.
Yeah,
Never heard of that before.
Especially in baseball.
Yep.
Especially in
Never
baseball.
heard of that before. All right, opening day pitching matchups. What are we most excited to see? I'm going to steal yours, and I'm going to say Scherzer or Sandy.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
4:10 p.m. Tomorrow. Where are you going to be? You're not going to be. Well, we don't have class.
We don't have class. So
wow.
I'm going to be parked on my couch.
Wow.
Did you get MLB TV again?
We do. We stole. Well, maybe I
MLB
won't say how we got.
We have MLB TV.
But
Wow.
Yeah, exciting.
Phillies Rangers, Aaron Nola, DeGrom. We'll see. That's a nice matchup.
Are you guys going to watch that? Are you going to watch
What time-
DeGrom?
what
And,
time is
4:05
No, because the Mets game will be.
but like
on ESPN Plus. No, I hate DeGrom. You can go shove it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need to do some laundry today and get my Pete jersey nice and clean for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll wear that around campus.
David Wright's coming out tomorrow.
Very excited.
What else we got? Zach Gallen, Urias.
I don't understand why the ESPN game of the day is White Sox Astros. Why?
I guess the World Series winner.
I guess so, but
Yeah.
why would they get the White Sox for the first game of the day?
The White Sox, they just always play below expectations, but fun team. Is it Cease versus Framber?
Yeah.
That's a good pitching matchup.
That's a good
That's the
pitching
great
matchup.
thing about opening day. All these guys, it's just everybody's ace. It's awesome.
Is this guy Herman Marquez? Is he good?
For Rockies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's him versus Snell because
Great pronunciation, True.
did I get it right?
Yeah.
It sounded pretty nice.
Yeah.
Well, there's an accent on the A, so I wasn't in Herman.
Yeah. Herman.
So,
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Nailed it.
Thank you. And Musgrove still has that broken toe, and I think they're giving Darvish some time after
Where are
the
they playing tomorrow? Are
WBC. It's at Petco Park. So Snell is getting the opening day.
I would have loved to see them play in that high elevation. See Machado or Juan Soto blast one tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be nice.
All right. Who do we think gets off to a hot start? Any sleeper team, Liams, you have getting off to a hot start?
Any sleeper teams?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them not only getting out to a hot start, I think that they could really do some damage this year. I think the Diamondbacks are
Really?
a little underrated team.
I don't want to hear that, man.
I think they're a little underrated this year.
Really?
Yeah. That's my sleeper team this year. I think with Zach Gallen, he's going to lead that rotation once again. He's been unbelievable the past couple seasons. I think he has a shot to Cy Young this year.
What's
I
up
think
with
he's
this
gonna take a big step forward?
with this Volpe guy on the Yankees?
Anthony Volpe.
Volpe?
Future, or as Yankee fans want to say, the future shortstop of the New York Yankees. He's a Jersey boy, big Yankee fan growing up in his life. Next Derek Jeter, there's some cool pictures of him with Derek Jeter when he's a little kid. And they're hoping he takes over as the shortstop of the future.
He's the number one prospect right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
big.
How old is this kid?
He's younger than us.
He probably, yeah.
By how much? I mean, he's 21 actually.
So he's my age.
So he's younger than us.
Yeah.
Well, you're 22, Liam. We're not.
He is rank. He was born in April of 2001.
Yeah.
Wow.
Only 10 days after.
It's kind of like we're the three of us have something in common.
We do.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go and support him.
No,
Just
no.
go yell.
I think Leo's gonna have an issue with
A
that.
Yankee shortstop. I mean, I respect Jeter. That documentary's cool, but We don't need to support the Yankees.
I hope Volpe does well, though.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. I don't want the Yankees to win a World Series, obviously, and that stuff, but, like,
Ew.
Volpe, good luck. You're playing in a very tough environment. You better not make a mistake.
Or you will hear it.
Oh, yeah. I think the Angels will get off to a hot start. I think they've got a lot of guys who were in I think Ohtani, Trout, being in the WBC, getting that experience, and, like, I think they're mid-season form right now, and I'm excited to see what they can do going forward. All right. I don't think they're going to the playoffs, but I think they're going to get off to a hot start.
Last award that I just found, predictions. Manager of the year.
Whoever wins the most games.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
So we're going with Buck again.
Buck will probably win it. I think the Padres are going to have a good regular season.
Bob Melvin in there?
Yeah, I would give Bob Melvin the opportunity because I think the Padres will win the most games in the regular season. Can they do it in the playoffs? Who the hell knows?
So who has the longest playoff drought now? Now that the Phillies...
MLBs?
Yeah, now that the Phillies did their thing. Snuck in last year.
Tigers. And the Angels.
That's not
both tied with 8.
That's sad, man.
Then the Pirates and the Royals.
Yeah.
Rangers, Orioles, Diamondbacks, Rockies.
I could also see the Mariners play again, having
Yeah, I think the Mariners have a really good year.
Season. They have a good pitching staff. Signed J-Rod to that big contract extension.
Any guesses? Quick, fun trivia question. Any guesses how long the all-time postseason drought is?
Like 21 years?
Nope, higher.
Really? 26?
Higher.
30?
Higher.
35?
Higher.
No way. 40?
The Cleveland Indians
They didn't make the playoffs.
went from 1955 to 1995. 40 years of making the playoffs.
That's crazy. Well,
Most recent one, the Nationals, went 30 years from 1982 to 2012.
so they underwent a name change and a relocation.
They did.
Still didn't make the playoffs.
Still didn't make the playoffs.
That's crazy. Well, back then, wasn't only like 2 teams from each league made it?
The Indians in the 40s, maybe.
Yeah, they just played the pennant.
Yeah.
Played for the pennant right away. They had 2 divisions.
Blue Jays also went 20 years, 1995 to 2015.
Wow.
Crazy.
That is nuts. I'm excited for the season, though.
Opening day. We're going to have a lot of great things to talk about next week, so you gotta be here, 1:30.
Who do you guys think?
89.1 FM, WFU.
Who's going to be the first guy to hit a home run this season? It's always a random.
What's the first game of the day?
Oh, so I shouldn't be choosing stars.
First
always.
game of the day is Braves-Nationals.
I'm going to go Nationals. I think he's a catcher. Kevin
Yeah, my boy. I drafted him in the LA National on my team. I'm going to go with Nationals also, but I'm going to go with first baseman Dominic Smith to hit a homer.
If Dom Smith hits a home run tomorrow, I'm going to lose my mind. After he went a whole season without hitting one for the Mets. So
Exactly. He's going to hit one tomorrow
that would be so
against the
fitting.
Braves.
I'm going to go Matt Olson.
Wow, you went the Braves.
Screw you.
Yeah. Second that one. So Victor Robles might get one. I'm feeling a Victor Robles game.
Victor Robles.
Alrighty, we're running out of time, so we got to get into some March Madness picks. Not picks. What am I saying? Final Four. I guess we could. So we were talking about this the other day.
Our picks last
Our
week.
Sweet 16 bracket that we made last show
So bad.
was so bad. Can you recap it, Rank? Do you have it up?
I don't have it. Let me give it a second.
I mean, it just started. I think we got one of the Elite Eight correct.
We had
Right.
Kansas State, right?
I think that
we
was.
had Kansas State in our final.
Yeah,
No,
you
'cause
were
we
just
I was
riding
hating. I was
Kansas
hating on
State's.
UConn.
Yeah.
I'll admit. I made
All
that
right.
pick out of hate.
So we had Creighton over San Diego State. That was wrong.
Nope.
We had Houston over Texas.
I was. Neither of those teams.
Neither of those teams were there. Houston did not get there. Miami won that game. We had Tennessee over FAU, which obviously was wrong. We did correctly predict Kansas State over whoever they were
Was
playing.
it Michigan State?
Michigan State, you're right. Then we had Kansas State over Tennessee. That was wrong. Arkansas over UConn. That was wrong.
That's my bad.
Yeah, that's your bad.
I also. I
That was
said.
a destruction.
I said FAU would beat Tennessee, though. I
Maybe.
did say that.
UCLA, Gonzaga, UCLA won that game, but then obviously UConn beat UCLA, and lastly we had Kansas State over UCLA in the finals. Do we want to run it back and
let's do it
think
again.
we're better this time?
Yeah.
You live, you learn.
So we have 4 teams now.
Yeah, we got to predict 3 games. Can we get 3 games right?
God, dude. That's a lot. That's asking a lot of us.
Okay, we're gonna predict 3 games right. Run, don't run. Okay, first game. First game of the day is
it San Diego?
San Diego State FAU. Who is winning this game?
My heart's
San Diego State been dominating on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Holding teams to under 60 points. FAU, the Cinderella story, won't back down.
So if we pick San Diego State, FAU just drops 90 on them. Is that how this works? And if
Potentially.
if we pick FAU, San Diego State holds them to 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go SCSU. It just feels wrong though. Like we can't. I mean, is there really going to be a 9 seed in the finals?
Okay, so as a Villanova fan, as Liam
flipping a coin.
Go SDSU.
As a Villanova fan, I really take a lot of pride in the fact that we are the highest seed to ever win a national championship as an 8 seed.
Lowest.
Highest or lowest? I guess you're right. Lowest. Lowest seed to win a national championship as an 8 seed, and I would like to continue keeping that title.
I agree.
So San Diego State
almost got ruined last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take San Diego State.
UNC choked.
San Diego State.
I have
the coin said it.
Sure.
I have a feeling that the other side we are just going to get wrong whenever we choose.
UConn, Miami.
Yeah, let's pick UConn.
It's
Let's
UConn.
all pick UConn. Let's all pick
UConn looks so good. Let's go UConn.
Yeah.
It's such a terrible thing because I do not like any of these teams.
You don't like Miami?
Yeah.
I don't like Miami.
Why not?
I like FAU.
I want Texas to win it all, so I hate Miami for that one. I don't like San Diego State because great, you guys play great defense, but they're not a fun team to watch.
Out of all the teams I want to win, I'd say FAU, but then
they break our thing, so then I can't do them.
Our thing, so
So it's all right, UConn in the finals.
UConn.
Are we about to choose UConn as a champion?
No.
We're gonna say SCSU is winning the whole thing.
I think UConn wins it.
I don't know, man. UConn looks really, really good.
UConn.
UConn Sales.
SDSU.
You know what? The coin's deciding it for all of us.
That was not a flip. You just threw it up in the air.
Do you know how to flip a coin?
Do you not know how to flip a coin?
Okay, I dropped it.
What was it?
It was this.
It was tails.
UConn.
Ugh.
Wow.
God, hate the coin. I'm throwing it.
Okay.
We might actually get all 3 wrong. I think there's a chance.
I hope.
Obviously.
Well, I mean, I guess if we got 2 wrong, then we're gonna get. It doesn't matter the third one, but. Jeez.
Okay, what about the women's?
That was depressing.
The women's
Wait, I have a trivia question.
Oh,
Well, and this will be over next week, so I guess
we can talk about it.
Yeah.
If you want a good laugh at 1:30 on next Wednesday, be sure to tune in. 89.1.
All right, I have a really fun trivia question/game for this week. Okay. We played the fun game called Is This a Real Name or Not?
Oh my God.
We're now going to play with mascots. College team.
So is it a real
mascots?
mascot?
Is this the mascot's real name? Like, for if I said Villanova Wildcats, it'd be Will the Cat.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to start off with Gonzaga Bulldogs. Is their mascot name Ziggy?
No.
Yes.
It is not. Their real name is Spike the Bulldog.
Knew it.
Okay.
Shut it.
Syracuse Oranges. Is their mascot named Otto the Orange?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Miami Hurricanes. Is their mascot named Sebastian the Ibis?
Yes. Yes. It's Sebastian.
I'm gonna go with yes.
Yes, it is Sebastian the Ibis. That was good work. Okay. Michigan State Spartans. Is their mascot named Sword Lord?
Sword Lord?
I thought it was named Sparty.
Yeah, it is Sparty. There you go.
Yeah.
Sword
That was
Lord?
good. All right, TCU Horned Frogs.
That back in high school.
TCU Horned Frogs. Is their mascot named Super Frog?
No. That's such a stupid name.
No
Super
way, bro.
Frog?
It can't.
It is Super Frog.
Serious?
Dude, come on.
They
man.
could have came up with something. So
There's some
bad.
terrible names. Which State Shockers is their mascot named the Woo Shock?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, the Woo Shock.
Sounds right.
Why don't you just go Shocky?
Arkansas Razorbacks. Is their mascot named Ham Elliott?
Dude, it can't be. It can't be, bro.
Yes, I hope so.
It's not.
Ham Elliott?
All right, Princeton Tigers. Is their mascot named Bo Tiger?
That sounds like it could be. Bo
Yeah.
Tiger, yeah.
No, it's not. No.
What is it?
I don't know that one.
Rank.
FAU Owls.
Yeah.
Is it named Owlsley the Owl?
No, that's so stupid.
I'm going to go with yes.
It is Owlsley the Owl.
Hey, this game is making me angry.
UConn Huskies. Is it named Jonathan the Husky?
Yes, it
I'm
is.
going to defer to him on this
It
one.
is.
It's such a lame name.
Jonathan.
Jonathan the Husky.
Yeah, who would name
Jonathan.
Yeah, whoever comes up with that.
Who would
that
name
soft
anything-
Very
name.
strong name.
Who would name anything Jonathan?
What a very soft name.
Very
Very
strong,
soft name.
It's not
independent.
Alabama.
capable
Sounds
name.
like he'd be scared.
Sufficient name. Gets the job done.
Alabama is their mascot name.
May not be the best job, but it's done.
Big Al.
Big Al? Yeah, I think so, because the Crimson is the Crimson Tide. That's like an elephant, right? What does that even mean? Crimson
I don't know.
Tide.
Is it Big Al?
No.
Sure.
Yes, it is Big Al. Creighton Blue Jays is their mascot named Beekaboo.
I hope not. I really hope not. No, there's no way.
Yes.
It is not.
Thank
His
God.
name's Billy the Blue Jay.
It's just so much of a better name.
Texas Longhorns is named Big Brisket.
Big Brisket? No, dude, that can't be.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
That can't
It's
be.
not. Named Bevo. Purdue Boilermakers. Purdue Pete.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Purdue Pete.
I like that.
Tennessee Volunteers. Smokey.
No.
Smokey?
Smokey.
No.
Yeah.
It is Smokey.
Smoky.
What? So volunteers.
I think it's a dog.
Huh?
I don't know how that works. And got two more. Kansas State Wildcats. Wild Fang.
Wild Fang.
can see it.
Bang, bang. Yeah, I like that.
Nope, no Wild Fang.
Oh.
Last one. Wisconsin. Bucky the Badger.
Yes.
Yes, it is Bucky
Yeah,
the Badger.
there you go. I thought there was some random. There's your mascots. Fun of the day.
All right.
Yeah, let's finish the show off with the women's.
March Madness Women's.
So we got South Carolina
Wait,
versus
can we talk
Iowa.
about Villanova game
Yeah.
real quick?
Oh, did we not talk
No,
about
that was
No.
last Friday.
Oh yeah.
That was a tough game. They battled back like nothing.
Yeah, so they were down what, like
20
20 something at
20
one point,
something.
and they came all the way back.
To win and to be leading at a time.
Yeah, and then just couldn't get the job done. They played very well.
Just
Great season.
Very. I mean,
It was tough.
Yeah, it was-
Maddy Siegrist was the only reason we were in that game, but I think she had two pretty bad last possessions on offense.
Yes.
You know, she was probably tired from carrying the whole game.
She played 40 minutes.
Yeah, you got
Insane.
You got to give her props. And other news for the team: Maddy declared for the WNBA draft. If she follows through with this, she will be the second ever Villanova woman to play in the
Really?
WNBA.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, she deserves it. She was having a 30
Oh,
in
yeah,
college.
She
like-
deserves to be a top 10 pick.
There
Yeah.
could be more people on this team that could go to the WNBA in the future. Lucy Olson's getting better every year.
Yeah,
There's
She
players.
definitely.
I mean, I think that game taught us just don't bet against the Cavender twins.
Yeah. Shout out to Miami.
Shout out Miami.
Maddy Siegrist, amazing career at Villanova. 5 years. Ridiculous. Did she redshirt first year?
I have no
I
idea.
think she took her COVID year.
Okay. No, I don't think so, because I thought she had another year potentially.
I have no clue.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So many awards, so many accolades for the school and for her. Absolutely insane. Going down. I feel like her jersey should be retired. Get it,
Oh, yeah.
get up there.
It will
Get her
be.
number retired.
It will be.
Probably
for
the
sure.
best women basketball player we've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Best basketball player probably ever had.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing career. Shout out to her.
We'll be excited to follow her career professionally.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Shout out Caitlin Clark. 40-point triple-double.
We'll jump into it right
Yeah,
now.
let's
So,
just get
Final
into it.
Four: South Carolina, Iowa, LSU, Virginia Tech. Iowa's Caitlin Clark has been going off. Yeah, first 40-point triple-double, men's or women's. First 40-point game in a tournament, men's or women's.
Insane.
She plays like Steph Curry.
She does.
She just pulls anything. I was watching. I think it was their round of 32 game. It was it was their first possession. She pulled up from the logo and drained a three. I like the way she plays. But
South Carolina, Iowa.
yeah, that's gonna be
Friday, 9 o'clock.
That's gonna be a
ESPN.
tough game for Iowa.
I just can't bet against South Carolina. They haven't lost all year.
You can't bet against them.
There's another stat that apparently Maryland shot over 70% from the field, and they're the second team in women's basketball history to lose a game after shooting 70% from the field.
You serious? What did South Carolina shoot?
Oh, no. It's got to be like
offensive rebounding galore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You're never going to win a boards battle against South Carolina. And that's usually the telltale sign in these tournament games.
But Caitlin Clark doesn't miss.
It's true.
But I think South Carolina wins the game.
So we get South Carolina over Iowa. True.
And then
you're good with that? Okay.
Thanks for the input, True, on that one. LSU, Virginia Tech on the other side.
This is Virginia Tech's first ever Final Four.
Yeah. I think LSU's battle tested. I feel like they've played great teams, great games. Their coach is crazy, but she's good. I think LSU wins the game.
I'm going to go Virginia Tech because in the Elite Eight, one of the LSU players had like someone on the bench draw a ring on her with a Sharpie on her finger.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I really didn't like that.
I don't like LSU at all, but
so
it wasn't even a ring. Like, I mean, you weren't even like you're not even at the the point.
You won an Elite Eight game.
Yeah,
I understand.
And you get Final Four rings.
That's
okay.
Soft. But yeah, I understand you're excited, but come on.
Shows distraction right there, lack of focus.
Yeah, you gotta focus one game at a time. Like Tobin Anderson said, you can't be happy to be here. You're gonna be hungry. So it's for that reason I'm taking the Hokies, and then whoever plays South Carolina in the final, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think South Carolina wins it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Wait.
Oh, we got birthdays. My bad.
I actually have a quick birthday shout out. I saw it on Twitter today.
Yeah.
New York Giant Hall of Famer, legendary player, Justin Tuck. Happy birthday, Justin Tuck.
Justin Tuck.
I think
shout out to Tuck.
I think you're mistaking it for Jacob.
No?
I think you're delusional, Rick.
So first birthday we got guy by the name of Rui Costa. One of the best soccer players ever, Portuguese. Shout out to Rui. Who else we got on here? N'Golo Kante.
Wow.
There you go.
Happy birthday, N'Golo.
That's your boy, Rank.
I do love him.
And then we got Timu Pukki. He's a Finnish football player. Plays for Norwich.
Oh, I do know him.
Yeah. He had a really nice card in FIFA one year.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. In baseball, Matt Olson. True, your boy.
Happy birthday, Matt Olson.
He's going to hit that birthday homer tomorrow.
Hopefully. In basketball, Walt Frazier.
Wow.
Oh.
Knicks legend.
Walt. In football, let's see what we got. I don't know any of these guys. Contavious Street. Who? Josh Sweat. I feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah,
Happy birthday to Josh Sweat.
Sweaty boy.
We also got I don't know any of these people. O'Neal Gilbert. Oh, Barry Pettyjohn. That's a good name.
Happy birthday, Barry Pettyjohn.
Pettyjohn. In hockey, we got anything? Anybody we've heard of? This guy's name is Ole Christian.
All right, that's a great way to wrap the show.
And a happy early birthday to Truett, our resident.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
When's your birthday? 5 days from now? April 3rd.
Yeah,
it's before the next show, though. So
yeah. Do I skip my night class Monday?
You have to.
I think I have to, right?
Yeah.
We don't condone.
If my teacher is listening, I will not be there Monday. Hope you understand.
We don't condone this behavior.
Nope.
It's his birthday.
I will be celebrating the way 22-year-olds celebrate. I'll just leave it at that.
And what way is that?
As always, thank you for listening to Fun in the Locker Room. Don't forget to go to the Twitter. We've been getting much more active. YouTube, I've been trying to get those out more often. I'm still back in October, but we're chugging. We're chugging along. So if you want to, laugh at us at some of our NBA takes to begin the season, you can go back and listen to them.
Or if you want to laugh at our college basketball takes.
Yep, you can do that too.
Lots of
our delusion. We are a very delusional group right here. 89.1 FM WXVU. Make sure to come back next Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. You're listening to Fun in the Locker Room, where we have some fun in this locker room. Liam Holloway, Sean Rankle, Truett Carstetter. We'll see you next time. Have a great rest of the week.
Did you miss your favorite WXVU